Well, a bit of an update on the things I've been up to recently, and what I've just done is made this outdoor workbench. As previously I was using that pile of pallets as a bench, but they kept moving around and things kept dropping down the slot, so I thought, well, I'll make a proper bench. So I've made this one. The main things are four scaffold poles kind of sunk into the ground, and I actually put these bits of checkered plate on to stop it sinking further into the ground when I put a lot of weight on there. And I put you can see that diagonal bracing to stop it rocking, and it's made it fairly rigid the other way as well, so I put all these cross members in. And you see this upright piece of box section, square tube, that actually it carries underground electric wires to the shed, and it comes up through this bit of aluminium box that I put on there for a bit of mechanical protection to the wires. And that goes into here. There's a double socket under that upside down washing up bowl, which I made black to kind of resist ultraviolet rays which kind of decay plastic. And that's the so what it does in here, there's that spur box to isolate the double socket that's under there. And also when I've got the radio on in the shed,
energy they're using right now.
Normally when I'm in the shed I can have it going through these two speakers, but if you're working outside the shed you can switch the sound from that speaker over, and it comes out of loudspeakers I made and put under that washing up bowl, so you get kind of this half of the stereo coming out under the bench. So it should be completely waterproof under there. And also you've got there's a double power socket under there. I'll just turn the radio off. And also under there there's actually a doorbell plugged into one socket. That's the doorbell. That's radio linked to the house. So if anybody calls at the door, I should be able to hear them when they ring the bell from down here. So anyway, that's the outdoor workbench. And also there's a sunshade you can put up when there's a hot sun that clamps on kind of anywhere on the bench. So that's the outdoor workbench. And also my lawn chair, it's got new front wheels on it, because the old front wheels I got from my scrap heap in the garden. They did quite a high mileage, but eventually the tyres got worn out and the bearings were wearing out, so I got these fairly cheap ones off of eBay. They are pneumatic, but fairly soon after I fitted them the bearings started failing. So what I did was I took the old bearings out, and I found some new bearings, well, newish bearings, or better quality ones that I got out of an old exercise bike. So with a bit of lathe work I'll put those new bearings in, so they should last a hell of a long time. So that's the update with the lawn chair. And my little moped, the Honda Express moped, that started losing power, and it turned out that the point gap was too wide, I set it about 14 thou as it says in the workshop manual, but that was turned out to be too wide, so I've got it about 8 thou, and that seems to develop the maximum power. So that's running again now, more or less full power. And the other thing I did was I kept leaving the blooming indicators on because I couldn't see I couldn't really hear the bleeper very well when it's going at full speed. So what I did was I put these two LEDs and mounted those. I think it's just about seeing flashing on the camera. I mounted those up there on a little carbon fibre tube. So that's the new warning system for when the indicators are running. So that's the latest with the Honda Express. And also coming up is I've started working on a rainwater harvesting system, which the main barrel is going to go there. So that's in the very early stages. So coming up should be some totally interesting videos on a rainwater harvesting system. And the other thing I've just made is a wood burning stove. So if we go through the house, and eventually we'll see it. And that is the wood burning stove that I just made. But it's quite warm here at the moment, so I've only given it a test firing. But when when weather's turned cold, I'll make a full video about it in operation. You can actually cook on it as well. It's got a hot plate and a big radiator that I made out of a metal box. So eventually I'll make a full video about that.